Hi there, Richard Matheru here, and in this video I'm going to walk you through everything you're going to want to know before deciding if you should purchase Sam Ovens Consulting Accelerator. Like, will you make money? What's the guarantees? What kind of results are other people getting? What's the support network like? And all the ins and outs. I'm actually going to take you behind and inside of the course itself. I purchased it so I can actually show you inside of once you've purchased what you get, as well as the physical stuff they'll send you through the post. We'll go look at some results inside the Facebook group from what other new starters are getting as well. And then also at any point in time you're like, okay, I want to take a next step. I'll leave you a link either in the top corner or beneath this video where you can go and get a free 7-day trial. So you can relax as you watch this video. Like, after this, you can still not have any obligation, not pay a penny, go out there and actually take a look for yourself for 7 days and get $500 off the course itself. And there's some other bonuses that you'll get within that package as well, which you can check out whenever you wish, if you wish. So let's go and answer the first question that's probably on your mind and was definitely on mine before I purchased, was like, okay, what's my chances of getting success with this? Like, I know these other people are doing okay, but what about my results? Like, what kind of guarantee do I get if it doesn't go my way? So the thing that brought me over the finish line was, it was two things, in fact. Number one, I was on the webinar and Sam said on the webinar, and it's out there in the open and he stands by this guarantee, you have 14 days in which to really use this course, dive in after purchasing it. If you haven't made a return on your investment, if you're not happy with the money you've made from it, you can get a full refund and $100 I'll give you back out of my pocket. So when Sam said that, I'm like, any way you dress that up, that's a huge risk if your course is no good, right? Like, if your course isn't going to work, people are going to be asking refunds left, right, and center. You're going to be $100 out of pocket every time. So that was something I hadn't seen before and was unusually appealing. But then also the reviews that are out there. Like, you, as part of the package, when you go to that link, if you decide, you'll get access to the reviews. Now, there's over 3,500 reviews so far, something like 3,500, 3,400 reviews. And these are all people who have actually verified to have purchased the course, and they're actually reviewing it in video format. So I kind of like, okay, has this guy paid some people to review it? All these questions go through your mind when you're buying a course that's not cheap. I was like, I don't mind paying if it's worth the money, but I want to see this success. So you can see there's so many reviews, and they're obviously real people because some of them are terrible on camera. And these are people who have actually getting results, getting success. And then the third kind of thing that brought me in was when I did some more research and looked at the actual numbers of what this course has created. There's been 24 millionaires created, 453 people have earned 6 figures or more, and over 3,700 jobs have been quit because of the money that's been earned by people who've bought the Consulting Accelerator from Sam. And I thought, well, that's as much proof as you can get from all different angles, backed up with a guarantee. Second thing you may want to know is about help and support. Like, okay, Richard, there's loads of people getting success here, but what about me? Maybe you have a unique situation, a unique idea, like zero experience. What about that? Well, there is help and support 24/7. There's a Facebook group with tens of thousands of people in there who are existing people at various levels in the Consulting Accelerator. Brand new people like yourself, and then also people like myself who've made money with it, right on to the people who are the millionaires through this course. And you can go out there and you can throw a question out there. And it's really, I actually encourage you to do this, because a lot of times we kind of think in our own head and we don't, we should get feedback on that. So whatever your idea is for your consulting business or how you want to use this, if you're like, what should my logo be, or just anything, right? How do I answer this question? I had somebody say this. Put it in the group and people will give you honest and open feedback. And that enables you to have confidence in your answer. Like, I just want to check if this is the right thing. Someone will say, yep, I tried that. This is how it works. Go and do that. Or, oh, imagine, have you thought about this instead? It's really useful to have that engagement from real people. And then on a weekly basis, once you purchase the course, you get to sit in on a live session with Sam every single week. These typically go between anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, and he just stays online until he's answered the questions. So if you have something that you're like, okay, these people have answered it, but I want to know what Sam thinks, you can go and you can ask him that question direct, and once a week you can get live support, Q&A, and learn from what other people are asking and going through as well. I think that's a really valuable part and asset of this course, like this continued ongoing solutions to any problems you may face. Third thing you may want to know about is, I think we're on number 3, right? How is this different from the other options you've got? You may be somebody just wanting to start a business the very first time. You may be a consultant that wants to move to the new model of consulting. Maybe you're someone who, like I was, who had business experience but wanted to move it to a consulting kind of type thing. Sam is the number one go-to guy. Like everywhere you look around, when people are talking about starting and building a consultancy business, it's Sam's name. Like you probably can find cheaper options, but it's like when you go on vacation, right? You know, holiday for my fellow British people. When you book something, you don't want the budget of the budget. You want the best value and the best experience, the best results. I'm like, I don't mind paying more if it's going to give me more results. It's the return on my investment. If I pay $500 and make nothing, that's a waste. I don't mind paying 5,000 if I could, get it together, right? 5 grand if I can make 10, if I feel certain I can make that 10 grand, right? That's doubling the investment. So this is my thought process. I just want to share this with you when I purchased Sam's course. When I looked at that review page, I was like, man, there's so many people getting success here. And I can relate to some of these people. So they're people like me. And when I looked at all the reviews and when I looked at everybody who was talking about consultancy was talking about Sam, I'm like, man, if there is ever an opportunity for me to position myself to be the best in terms of a consultancy business, this is it. Like if I went and got the second best option, I don't know how you are, but like I wouldn't sleep at night thinking, man, could I have made money? We've made 60 grand so far with this course. That 60 grand has done so much for us. Like the travel that we've done, the experiences we've had with our daughter, the way I've been able to scale back the time that I've had to put into other businesses and things like that. That money's done so much. I think about that now. If I'd have removed that 60 grand and everything that it allowed us to create, that'll be a huge dent to like the memories and the experiences. So if I'd have got the second best option just because it was a bit cheaper or tried to kind of bodge it for free or cheap or whatever and not made that money, like that'd be a huge chunk of the last couple of years of our life that we would have lost simply because I didn't go for the best option, which I believe, having looking around, and probably you're getting this conclusion too, anyone that talks about consultancy, it's Sam. Anyone that's got a consultancy course, they usually bought Sam's course and are trying to catch up and model it on his, right? So it just makes sense to go in with the best chance of you getting results with that guarantee and everything else on offer. Something else to consider is like status elevation. Like I worked in a long time for like network marketing businesses and I loved that business model, but definitely people look down on it. And I really wanted to add something. I wanted to feel like a proper professional. Like if I was going to add a business to what I was doing, or if you're starting a business, you want to do something that you can really feel confident in and proud of. And like it shouldn't matter what other people think, but if they're your potential customers, it kind of does. So you want to be able to learn and start something that you're proud of that's a proper business and that is, you put some effort in, you put some time in, it's going to be something you build long term. Like something you can leave to family, something you can be proud of, something maybe you can retire from one day and it's an asset and you can sell that and make money from it. You can do that with a consultancy business for sure. There's many other different types of business models. This for me is the number one. It's the only thing I recommend to people that ask me now, Richard, how do I start a business? Or what business could I add to what I'm doing? If you want the most money for the least amount of time and it to be professional and leveraged, this is definitely the course to take to walk you into this business model. There is a Facebook group you become a member of by taking that trial. And this is people who are taking the trial, but also people who have bought the course and are posting their results. There's only 29,000 people in this group already. And what Sam says to do is, when you've made a sale, ring the bell. Just that's what we do. We type in a post and say, hey, ring the bell. I just made this much because of following Sam's Consulting Accelerator. So this is what we see. So if we look straight away, $9,500. Stick to the plan. Don't give up. Solve problems. Make people happy. Make more. Give more. And this is just advice from someone here. This is Akbar. I'm not sure where he's based. Maybe American or something like that. Middle Eastern, his name. I'm not sure. But from that area of the world, $9,500. Here's somebody else closing $1,000 a month. An additional $1,000 a month. Now you think about that. That's 12 grand for the year. Return on investment is everywhere here. Ring the bell. Just got my first big client from Matthew. Jesper, ring the bell. Got my first paying customer. 1,500 the first month, 2 grand a month thereafter. I'm going to ring the bell again when it makes 2.5 grand a week. Just made 400 today. $400 in one day. Look at this one from Josh. Ring the bell.
I just landed another client. Now I can pay my rent for the next 3 months. The funny thing is my roommates still aren't even awake yet. So it's just someone who, we're not looking at necessarily someone who's successful. So many different types of background here. Financially, Josh, not really even paying his rent. Now he can pay for 3 months in a chunk. And his roommates aren't even up. Got my client in my first week, made me confident for offering my service to a high but fair price. So someone in the first week making money. That's even within the trial period, right? I didn't think I was going to ring the bell anytime soon. Let's have a look. I'm not even a consultant. Today, I've just had my biggest project since we started. 10 grand in one day, using the scripts that are in there, using the Facebook tricks that are included in the course. And it goes on, 2 grand. Only 3 days into the Consulting Accelerator, and they've made 2 grand. It's ridiculous. The results just go on and on and on. What's this person? I just saw 43. Just closed my 43rd client. Ring the bell only 4 days into the program. Closed my first client for 25 grand. These aren't, you saw what I did. I took you from the beginning on a purpose. I came to the group, I typed in ring the bell, and all these results popped up. They go on and on and on and on and on. These are different types of people, different experiences, but they're all making money, and they all came in through the trial and took action and bought the Consulting Accelerator course. It just works. It flat out works.
A couple more things I want to mention, like, is this correct decision? Like, sometimes we second guess ourselves. You may be thinking, probably while you're doing research, you want to make sure you make the smart decision. That's where I would suggest that you take that 7-day trial first. Like, you lose nothing. Imagine if a friend was to say this to you. Imagine if someone was to say to you, okay, I've got this opportunity. And the worst case scenario is I spend the next 7 days putting a bit of time into something and I decide it's not for me. I lose nothing else. No money, no nothing, no risk. The best case scenario is just everything I was absolutely looking for and I make an absolute fortune. This builds a life of my dreams. Is exactly what I've been looking for. What would you tell your friend to do? Oh, no, I don't think you'd be like, go for it. It's like, oh, by the way, I can take 7 days for free and have a proper look inside and get $500 discount if I do decide to do it. You'd be like, why are you even speaking to me? Go and do it, right? There's no risk. There's no downside. Everything is upside. So again, if you're thinking, well, will this be the right decision for me? Take that 7-day trial that you can access through my link. I want to actually take you inside the course and show you the different modules that you get. Also, I've got the box down here. I want to show you exactly what you're going to get inside the box as well. So you can get a real good feel for the course itself.
Okay, so let's take a look actually inside on what you get. When you've signed up for the trial, you're going to be able to log in. Up here at consulting.com, you can log in. And then just go over to the Consulting Accelerator and you'll see all the modules are here, okay? There is 7 weeks and a digital marketing bonus. So if you're really, really stuck for how to get started in business, you have your own framework and idea. The way that Sam actually got started is included as a bonus. So if you're like, man, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know. I got all the technique and tactic, but what idea should I move forward with as a business? And that's taken care of in here as well. It's actually what I started with, and it's worked really, really well. So if we take a look inside some of the actual modules, you'll see they're very, very detailed. There's no stone left unturned. If you want to know exactly how to go from scratch to 7 figures, and there's no wonder Sam's done this with so many people. It's all laid out, exactly poured from his brain into yours. And you'll see here, anytime there are tasks to take care of, anything that you need to do to track something, to complete something, to implement, which is what this is really. It's an implementation program, not just knowledge. You're going to apply it. Then it's always here in this right-hand section of resources. So week 1 is laying the foundations, picking your niche, crafting your minimum viable offer. Week 2, we have all about your mindset. So really evaluating yourself, who you want to be, how to get there. This is some of the best content on this area of life that I've ever seen. Not just in creating a business. Seriously, the ability to become a better version of yourself, do things you never thought possible. This has helped me massively. That Alchemy of Self booklet, you fill out going through here. It's I wouldn't say magical, but I mean as close as you can get. Week 3 is all about sales, crafting a script, being able, if you've never ever talked to someone about sales before, being able to do that with this full script, which is, I follow it to this day. We've closed hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of sales with this script. How to attract clients, how to get clients for free, how to pay and get clients if you've got a budget, but if you don't, you have that module there. Assembling your war machine, which is basically your plan of attack. your next 30 days, everything is in here. So it's really the main thing I want to show you is it's simple. Okay, you log in and there you go. You can pick up in all these different modules. I thought we'd come down to my dining room, so I've got a little bit more room to show you this and lay it all out, because it's substantial, the material you get here. That's the first thing to notice. I mean, it's not just like Sam's like, oh, okay, here's like a few books or a few PDFs or print some stuff out. Really thought this through. The quality of the course really shows, and you can actually see in these two books here how much there is. So if you look at, first of all, you've got a notepad. So you want to keep all your notes together, obviously, when you go through this course. That's there for you to keep everything together. Then we have something called the Alchemy Planner. This really is the best course I've ever taken in terms of actually implementing what you've paid for and getting a return on investment, seeing it work. The Alchemy Planner helps you do that. It's got a series of daily tasks and KPIs and things that you want to fill out. It's all a single sheet, so it can be done in a couple of minutes. But Sam kind of walks you through this in the course and then says, hey, let's keep a track on this to make sure you actually get the results. Then you'll see how much material you'll get yourself in the course. I mean, there's one big binder here, and there's a second big binder there as well. And if you look at the thickness of these things, I mean, there is seriously some content in there. This is a transcription of the full course over these two books here, these two Bibles really. So if you want to follow along with the course material in physical as you go along on the online, you can do that. You can actually never log in online and go through it all physically here if you so wish. You've got that flexibility. It's nice to keep it all tracked, and it saves you a major job of taking all these notes in random places, trying to take care of it yourself. Everything is done here for you. And the final piece is this Alchemy of Self, which I'm not going to open up here because it's got a lot of personal information. It's something I do every single morning. In the free trial, you'll actually get an insight into this. It's something I highly recommend that you do each and every morning in relation to this course, an existing and new business, and just generally life. I mean, the results I've got in many areas of my life and in this business, I believe a lot of results of this, as well as the rest of the course.
Okay, so we've been through absolutely everything, right? I've answered questions, things like, is it worth the money? What kind of guarantees are there? What results can you expect? Is there help and support? Is it going to be a smart decision? Taking away all the risk with that, with the guarantee and the 7-day trial. You've got a whole bunch of bonuses. When you go to that link, you'll see you don't just get a trial and a discount. You get to take a look at the official webinar. You get to take a look at the review page. You get to go inside the Facebook groups. There's all different things able for you to kind of do some more research if you wish. My suggestion to you would be, if you've watched this video, you will obviously at the very least a teeny weeny amount considering buying this course. The fact that you have a 7-day, zero obligation, risk-free trial, for me, it just makes sense to do that. And if after that you decide it's not for you, at least you know. Like, at least you know whether it's for you or not, right? I would at least do that. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I just kind of shot straight from the hip, if you like. Just gave it to you straight how I feel personally about this. I wanted to give you an honest and open view. I wanted to give you that trial as well. I want to take you inside the course. We've done all of that. So I'm going to sign off for now. I look forward to hopefully seeing you inside that Facebook group, ringing the bell with your own success, with your own results. And yeah, I'll catch up with you really soon, hopefully. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. And I'm looking forward to seeing your success if this is something you decide you want to do. Bye for now.